person never shot anybody, never even touched that gun, never fired the gun.
I'm advocating for Tory Lanez because the evidence shows that he's innocent, and he deserves to be pardoned by Governor Gavin Newsom. You know, he's 100% exonerated from the gun, and for that alone, he should be home with his family.
Tory Lanez getting a presidential pardon. Sounds wild, right? But that's exactly what people are whispering. Scratch that, shouting right now. A case that's been packed with drama from day one is taking a twist nobody saw coming. Big-time names are stepping in. Unlikely alliances are popping up, and this whole situation's starting to feel like a power play behind the scenes. And guess what? It's all about bringing Tory back home. This ain't just about that one night anymore. It's about who's trying to rewrite the whole story. From explosive courtroom headlines to secret conversations happening behind closed doors, something major is shifting. If the rumors are even halfway true, this could flip everything upside down. Tory's case and the public narrative. Ever since Tory got convicted, support's been pouring in nonstop. And it ain't just fans yelling free Tory, it's some serious A-listers and political folks too. Names like Amber Rose, Drake, and Chris Brown have all made moves, throwing out support in different ways and saying the whole thing feels off. They're not buying the story the system's selling. Amber Rose has been especially loud about it. She said over and over that she thinks Tory's innocent. In a recent interview, she didn't hold back, said straight up that the evidence doesn't add up and she's backing Tory all the way. She even called out California Governor Gavin Newsom, saying he should pardon Tory ASAP. In her eyes, since the gun charge wasn't solidly pinned on him, there's no reason he should still be locked up.
I'm advocating for Tory Lanez because the evidence shows that he's innocent, and he deserves to be pardoned by Governor Gavin Newsom. You know, he's 100% exonerated from the gun, and for that alone, he should be home with his family.
Now coming from Amber, someone who's always been outspoken and never scared of controversy that carries weight. She even revealed that Tory personally called her from prison and spilled his side of the story. According to her, he broke it all down in detail. And one thing really stuck with her, that infamous text message everyone's been talking about online. So many people claim that text was Tory basically admitting guilt. But Amber says, nope, that's not what it was. She said the message had nothing to do with the actual shooting. It was about something personal, totally unrelated to that night. From her point of view, that changes how the whole situation should be looked at.
Well, I heard the whole story from Tory's mouth. He called me personally from prison, and I now understand why he said sorry, and it's not for any shooting at all. So I'll let him tell that story when he comes home, but the sorry was not for what people think it was for.
Then there's Drake. He hasn't gone on a long rant or anything, but what he did do said a lot. He posted a petition on his Instagram story calling for Governor Newsom to pardon Tory. He even threw in a quick message, "Come on soon." That short post blew up. Drake doesn't just post anything, especially not about legal drama. So when he says something, it hits different. People took notice, fast. Drake's post gave Tory's supporters a big boost. Suddenly, the energy online was wild, with even more eyes turning to the case. And while some celebs haven't said much out loud, fans are picking up on small clues. Some stars are still following Tory on social media, while a few others are quietly stepping away from Megan Thee Stallion. Even Kim Kardashian's subtle moves haven't gone unnoticed. A$AP Rocky's been spinning Tory's tracks, still follows him online, but not Megan. And Justin Bieber, yeah, he recently unfollowed Megan too, but guess what? He's still following Tory. Fans are clocking every single move, and they're making noise of their own. One straight up commented, "Release Tory Lanez. He innocent." Now look, some people might brush that off, but in the world of celebs, these subtle moves speak loud. These actions have sparked serious questions about where folks really stand and what shady convos might be happening behind the scenes. But here's where things get wild. This isn't just celeb drama anymore. It's turning into a straight up political showdown mixed with courtroom chaos that feels ripped from a Netflix thriller. Picture this conservative Congresswoman, Ana Paulina Luna, jumping into the mix. She came out swinging, straight up calling out California Governor Gavin Newsom and demanding Tory's release. Yeah, you heard that right. She claimed Tory's 10-year sentence was full of weak evidence, shady politics, and heavy bias. She's calling for a total reset of the case, and she's not playing around. She even promised some explosive new proof would be dropping within 36 hours. Something that could flip the entire case on its head. But Megan's camp, they're having none of it. Her lawyer clapped back fast, insisting that Tory was convicted fair and square. And Megan herself, she popped off online, loudly. She said her facts don't lie, and called out anyone defending Tory as part of an internet hate campaign. It's clear now this ain't just a debate, it's a battle. The lines are drawn, and the world's watching like it's the final round in a heavyweight fight. But then, things got even darker. Tory got attacked in prison, stabbed 14 times. Yeah, not just some fight. He ended up with a collapsed lung and had to be hooked up to a breathing machine.
Tory Lanez was stabbed 14 times by another inmate at a California prison. He suffered 2 collapsed lungs, but we are told he is now breathing on his own.
That's next level dangerous, and here's the real kicker. The attack happened right before new evidence was about to be dropped that could have changed everything. Whispers started spreading fast. Folks on the street are saying it wasn't just random. Some even suspect that Megan's powerful label, Roc Nation, might be playing puppet master, trying to keep Tory locked down and silent. This whole case is starting to feel like a high-stakes chess game, and someone's out here making moves in the dark. Now the pressure's sky high. People are shouting louder than ever for a pardon. And then boom, Tory's legal team came through with a game changer. Brand new evidence that could totally flip the narrative. Turns out Kelsey Harris, Megan's ex-best friend and the woman deeply tied to that night, might actually be the real shooter. And get this, she pleaded the fifth when asked if she saw Tory shoot Megan. What does that even mean? Something's off, but it gets even messier. Tory released an audio clip from the night of the shooting, and in it, he says you can hear one of the defense's own witnesses tell police that the shots came from a woman. According to that witness, there was a straight-up wild fight going down, hair pulling, nails flying, chaos everywhere. While the driver jumped out to separate Megan and Kelsey, Tory, he allegedly stayed in the back seat, not involved in the scuffle at all. That changes everything. If all of this is true, then yeah, it really sounds like Tory might actually be innocent.
So the girl comes out of the rear passenger and she goes to the front passenger.
Yeah.
And she opens up the car door.
Yeah.
And then what happens?
They're screaming and shouting at each other and they start fighting.
The 2 girls.
Yeah, I can see one feet coming out trying to kick her and the other one's fighting, and then the passenger gets out.
And that presidential pardon is starting to look more and more justified. From behind bars, Tory spoke out and made a bold claim. He said the prosecutor lied about the DNA evidence in court. They told everyone his DNA results were inconclusive. But according to Tory, that's not the truth at all. He says his DNA was completely excluded from the gun. If that's legit, how did they even find him guilty in the first place?
I am 100% excluded, not inconclusive like they said when I was in trial. I'm 100% excluded from this gun when it comes to DNA.
Something about this whole thing just ain't adding up, and Tory's not the only one speaking out. A social justice group called Unite the People held a press event and dropped a bombshell of their own. Their lead lawyer, Walter Roberts, came through with a claim that could change everything. He said Kelsey Harris's own bodyguard, Bradley James, overheard her admit that she was the one who fired the gun. According to him, Tory didn't shoot at all. He was actually trying to stop things from going left. Picture this. James says Tory wasn't even holding the weapon when it went off. He claims Tory tried to stop Kelsey from pulling the trigger, and during the struggle, the gun fired by accident multiple times. That version, it totally clashes with what was presented in court. But here's the twist. It actually lines up with earlier witness accounts about how chaotic that night really was. There were reports from the start about a wild fight between 2 women. And Tory just got caught in the middle of it. And he's not standing alone. His father, Sunstar Peterson, is all in, convinced his son got set up. He pulled up outside the courthouse and gave an emotional, no-holds-barred speech. He called it the biggest injustice he's ever seen. And he named names. He pointed fingers directly at Megan Thee Stallion, Roc Nation, and even Jay-Z himself. Tory's dad blasted Roc Nation COO Desiree Perez, Megan's lawyer Alex Spiro, and said flat out that a corrupt system was to blame. It was raw, passionate, and had the media shook. Now, rumors are swirling heavy that all this new evidence might actually hold weight. And Tory? He's sitting in a cell for something he might not have even done. That's where the presidential pardon buzz really started gaining heat. But apparently, Megan and Jay-Z are not feeling it at all. Insiders claim they're doing everything they can behind the scenes to stop Tory from getting free. Why? Well, Megan is signed to Roc Nation, and there are whispers that the label has a lot on the line if Tory gets out. Word is, Tory turned down a deal with Roc Nation years ago, and that didn't sit well with Jay-Z. Some say that rejection sparked real tension, and now folks are wondering if Tory's legal mess was just business being handled in the shadows. On social media, people have been calling out Jay-Z, saying he's not real protecting the culture, but using his power to decide who shines and who gets buried. Some even believe Roc Nation backed Megan's legal team hard, just to keep Tory's name trashed in public. But now, The presidential pardon movement is gaining serious traction, and according to sources, Megan and Jay-Z's camp are scrambling to keep their grip. Looks like they didn't see this wave of support for Tory coming, and they're moving quick to block new evidence and stop that pardon before it becomes official. This is turning into a full-blown power play, and everybody's glued to the drama, waiting to see who comes out on top. If Tory actually gets that presidential pardon and walks free, it won't just shake the room, it'll flip the whole story upside down. Think about it. A pardon doesn't just unlock the cell, it shouts to the world that the system got it wrong. That kind of move would be massive for Tory's name, his career, and all the people who've been screaming his innocence from the start. But don't get it twisted. It also puts some powerful people on the edge. For Megan, Jay-Z, and Roc Nation, this could be disastrous. A pardon could throw shade on Megan's version of the story, leaving cracks in the brand and credibility they've been building for years. It's not just about one case anymore. It's about everything that's been built around it. Meanwhile, Tory's supporters see this moment as justice finally catching up. They believe he was wrongly convicted, rushed through the system with weak evidence and heavy pressure behind the scenes. Now, with all this new info, witnesses, affidavits, and leaked audio clips, it's feeling like the tide is turning. And if the pardon goes through, it could blow the doors off everything that's held up this conviction. That's why the battle isn't just playing out in court anymore. It's all over social media too. Everyone's fighting for control of the narrative, dropping clips, statements, and shady posts. The tension is thick, and the stakes couldn't be higher. This potential pardon has put the justice system in a tight spot. It's a moment where they either admit they got it wrong or double down and try to hold up a story that's crumbling under pressure. Let's be real, even for a second, a pardon at this level. It's not just a legal decision, it's a message. One that could wipe Tory's name clean, shake Megan's side of the story, and put heat right on the necks of heavyweights like Roc Nation and Jay-Z, and that's why you're seeing all this pushback. It's getting louder, nastier, and way more aggressive by the day. People are pulling strings, making moves, and trying to keep the lid tightly sealed. But what's next? Is the White House really gonna step in? Are we about to hear, "I pardon Tory Lanez"? Could a twist like that really drop in the middle of all this madness? Will this new wave of evidence finally tip the scales? Or are we just heading into another round of chaos in a case that never quits? Let us know what you think. Drop a comment below, hit that like button, share this with someone who's been following the case, and subscribe so you don't miss the next update. This story is not done, not even close. Catch you on the next one.